So this position, this setup, beats empty hand, beats standard flash, beats 6XL reversal. Once you hit that, you can afford to not take the plus 32. It sounds crazy, but you can actually afford to not take the plus 32.
Okay.
If you're not 100% sure they're gonna do something at this point, you can afford to not do anything, because the worst thing that can happen, they throw you, and you have like 1, 2, 3, like 3 throws in you to take. You just watch that point, you will be able to react. If you see them like flashing there, that's when you gotta that's when you gotta press DP. Okay, good. Okay, I'm gonna go over some stuff. I don't know how to do this shit. Let's go. Okay, there we go. First up, I'm gonna check. Okay, first thing first, I would recommend that if possible, you try to go into Colosseum. And that's important for something else I'm gonna show you later. But you can kind of cheat some spacings in Colosseum. If you look at the floor, it has like lines. I will show you later.
Mm-hmm.
So right here, okay, the round start is correct. Against Seox, you should be looking for empty hand, which you can react with DP. You should be looking for 6XM, which is something else a lot of Seox likes to do, and 6XL, of course, our beloved. And all of those don't really lose, but they don't do anything to you if you're walking back or you're down backing.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen is they are a little bit plus, and that's it. So this is good. They go Gate of Demons Age, which is very, very nice because they don't get anything out of it, and now they don't have their Gate of Demons. And in this distance, you should be holding forward and not running in this case. Okay, 6XL is fine. This use of H projectile though, like when you're in these types of matchups against a character that doesn't have a DP, like Seox has a parry, but it's considerably worse against Belial because it loses to throw. So you gotta kind of pressure him when you have your fireball, the H fireball available, as if he didn't have a DP, at least at the beginning. So you don't really wanna hold him in place here, because at this distance, he can still threaten the how would you call it, the jump, the dive kick,
Okay.
the H kick, and he can still also threaten. He can use his Rekka here, and it like will eat a lot of like any like preemptive stuff you do. Like if you do far M, if you do far H, and they do like the Rekka, that can be eaten as well. So that will beat that as well. So you don't really want to be hanging out here without unless you're like looking for it and you're like, okay, if he's gonna do some special, I'm gonna react. But in this situation, that's not what you should be looking for. So now you do manage to get a 6XM, which I guess is fine, but you're walking back.
Yeah, I didn't take the plus frames that I was
Yeah,
given.
like right there is a perfect moment to see how he's going to react to your plus frames, because against characters with parries like Zeta and Seox, what you want to do is see how they are placing their parries, because that is like the most, like that is strike throw defining. You need to know when they like to parry. Do they parry when you're plus always? Do they parry when you're gonna go for frame traps? So that's a good moment, especially when you both have like a lot of time on the clock and a lot of life. That's perfect time to just do like a close L into close M and see what they do. They don't do nothing. You can try to go for a special. You can like keep pressuring until you see they do something. So that's kind of what you gotta do with Belial in not just this situation, but a lot of them. You gotta use your plus frames to get more information out of your opponent that he gets out of you.
Okay.
Because the only thing they can really do is, okay, he's plus here. I'm gonna see how he's pressuring him and react to it. But but the but the risk reward is almost always in favor of you because there's so many options you can go for. Like you can go for command grab, you can go for nothing, you can go for normal throw, you can do like spaced out pressure that leaves you safe, you can do far M's. So there's always something you can do that they can't deal with. So and they have to like respect that. Of course you gotta enforce it, but that's later on. So let's keep watching for a bit. Okay, this is good information because here he's looking for you to press far H, to press 6XL to start running, and you didn't do it.
Okay.
Oh my god, 6XL until the goat. Oh my god. Okay, that's lucky, but that's actually very good to do in general. Just throw 6XL because it's like so safe, and it like gives you so much reward, even like on block. Like it's fine to throw it out. Okay, he's delay teching there. That's good to know. He's like delay mashing, so that's probably that's probably like a fuzzy jab of like 4 or 5 frames. So that's good to keep on the back of your head. He did that on like 5 or 6 frames. So that's good to build your frame trap later on.
Yeah.
So 6XL plus again. Right here, there's something very interesting that you could do. You could here to save the cooldown. You could do 2M and then just immediately far H. And what that does is that if they don't parry, you can just cancel into fireball either way, and you end up even closer to them.
Yeah.
So you would be like standing here, and you would be doing like the follow up, and then it's strike throw guess or game. So then you're forcing them to either parry or BC, and that is winning in both cases because if they start parrying, that means that you can start baiting the parry and you can start blowing them up for it later on.
Okay.
So that's good to know. So that's kind of how you need to view these types of characters that have a way to mess with the strike throw. Even with DPs to a certain extent is the same concept. So you're here. Okay, this is fine. Like this is, as I mentioned, this is what you want to see. So he did parry immediately after um after you ran into 2L. The 2L is very good. Okay, what the hell happened here? So he does that, he's plus. That's fine. Oh, my god. Why
I
did
think I
we
just
get
walked
here?
forward for like a little bit.
Yeah, I think you just held forward. Do you use the block button ever? In general?
Not often.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, you don't really need to, but the thing with the block button is that you can like do actions on top of it. Like you can do like block button, sit here, or just stand there, and you can still far M, you can still do like far L, you can 2H while holding the block button. So if you're gonna wait a bit, it's good to hold the block button because you don't have like it's free basically is what I mean. The only thing it does is that it restricts your movement. So unless you are pressed to move for some reason, you wanna be holding the block button. If you're gonna be like kind of stagnant in a spot like here, because you're probably thinking, okay, I'm trying to wait for the H version of the Reka, I'm trying to look for the H dive kick. So in that case, you're gonna be kind of stagnant. So that's a good moment to kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna press the block button for maybe 1 or 2 seconds, see what he does. If that's what you wanna do, it's good to press the block button there. And you can still use specials in the block button. Like you can do block button, ultimate fireball, by the way, which is insanely broken.
Yeah.
Like you can just hold block button, and if they're running at you against like Vira, for example, they do the blue button and you press easy input like skill and unique, and you win the video game. So this is fine because he doesn't really get a combo. He's doing the setup, the one where they jump block to like catch Fusimash.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to do that. Like he probably would have caught you if he didn't mess up. But you got lucky here, I think. The timing was off. Hold up. Did we have firewall there?
I think it just came up, but I was like, I just gonna assume that it didn't come up.
How far in the cooldown are we? Oh my god. Oh Jesus, man. What the fuck am I doing? Okay, let's just pretend it just came up. Okay, it's still fine because we got it. This is very good to do, by the way. Just normal fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's unfortunate. So that block string you just did, you were waiting probably for parry here.
Yeah, I was waiting for
Or
parry.
yes, I'm gonna show you right now. I'm gonna see if I can change window into the game, or maybe you can see the game. Can you see the game?
Yeah.
Okay. So remember when I mentioned to select Colosseum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you're in that situation, of course I'm in the other corner, but it's same thing. You see this line I'm standing on top of?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a cheater line. That's what I call it. So you know, Belial's 2M goes very far, right?
Yeah.
So this is, if you stand like kind of near it, like kind of this distance, you can do max spaced 2M, and if they walk forward, they will get hit again by another 2M. Okay, right there, I think I have the thing to fuzzy match. Yeah, for example, they're doing Thunder Flash. Remember, Thunder Flash doesn't move them forward. That's the difference between, also a big difference. Most
Okay.
DPs usually like move the character forward. So if you did this, it would fuck you up because like the forward advancing momentum would probably hit you. But against this, you can just do this with the second 2M, and you should have enough time to punish with a far edge, for example.
Ah.
And
Okay.
that is mad cheap.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for it, that's very good to do. Also, this position, if they start doing like the Uma fan, the empty hand this, you have enough time to react with DP.
Okay.
Another thing you can kind of do, um, especially if they are just blocking in this position, if they're just blocking, you can do like this and then you put the firewall like that. So what you did is something like that, like you put the firewall and then you waited, which is okay. But after that, if you don't see anything, you can straight go into like a semi loop, which is just pressing 2M and then you're doing a normal cancel. And the reason why you do that is that if you look at the frame meter, controlling, if they look at the frame meter, there is a gap in between like me doing 2M and the M firewall.
Yeah.
And the reason we want that is that it catches fuzzy mesh. So Ryazo was doing delay closer earlier, if you remember. He was doing, I think, like a 5-frame delay. And I'm gonna teach you a trick to kind of know how much delay they're doing and stuff. So this will sometimes catch them fuzzy mashing and sometimes not. It's kind of inconsistent. Like for 4-5 frames, it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm trolling actually. But if you do that, like the only thing you lose is like nothing because they don't reach. Like the 2L doesn't reach. They would have
Yeah.
to walk forward. And if they start like, for example, I think I have it in recording slot running. Yes, I have it to 6XL. So, and if they start to 6XL, oh my god, immediately, a lot of people like to do that when you space them out. You can also react with DP because
Okay.
it's 9 frames. So this position, this setup, beats empty hand, beats standard flash, beats 6XL reversal. The only thing it doesn't beat, I think, is if they fuzzy jump the first 2M, because a lot of people, that's like one of the main counter plays, like they can jump the uh, the 2M. If you do 2Ms one after another, they can jump it. Even if you're whiffing it, a lot of people instinct is to fuzzy jump when you're doing 2L 2L. A lot of good players will do that to you.
Yeah.
So if like I'm doing this, for example, of course it whiffs, but they are jumping. And if they're jumping, Seox probably gonna do empty hand, they're gonna do like Gate of Demons, or maybe he's just not gonna do anything. But at that point, the RPS is like so much in your favor in every single other situation. There's no reason not to do this. Like remember the line, and you can also set up like farems. You can set up like this to catch them jumping, and then you blow them up. You can do this. If they're respecting a lot, you can do this and run up and whatever you want at that point. But it's important that you remember the range and this position in this against these types of characters. Like Beatrix also kind of applies to this, except that her 214H it sometimes will clip you because it's kind of fast, but it's reactable with spot dodge if you really want to. But aside from that, like that is something you need to incorporate against the Seox matchup, yes or yes, like 100%.
Okay.
And that shit is gonna carry you so hard because it's also VC safe. Like you're too far for them to VC.
Mm-hmm.
And when they see you whiffing, a lot of people like want to jump or mash on you, and and then you can like DP them, for example.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Okay, this pressure is okay. Wait, what the hell are we doing? 6XL. No cancel because we're still trying to go for the parry. At this point, I would just start playing like, face-to-face strike throw because they have not shown me they are gonna be doing Thunder Flash at this range because he knows you're trying to bait him. At this range, he knows it won't reach. So you gotta walk more towards him. Gotta be standing here, and that's probably the only place where he's gonna like start considering using it. Okay, we end our turn, which is fine. I mean, if you don't wanna end your turn here, you can even use like your meter for you claw, but stopping is also okay because at this HP, you touch Seox, and you can basically combo straight into SBA from like any conversion, or like you can do raging chains, one raging chain into 214H, or just any combo, and you would put him in lethal at one touch.
Yeah.
Okay, that's unfortunate. That's just unlucky, I think. I mean, let's see. Okay, this is something very annoying. I don't know if Narmaya also suffers from this, but when people do this to you as Belial, since your anti-air doesn't go that high, a lot of people will like jump over you. You've probably seen this against Charlottas, for example, that they jump a lot, so this is like more pronounced.
Yeah.
And when you see someone like being exactly on top of you, you just don't press anything, honestly, at that point. Because if you press something, the auto correction might just fuck you, like it happened here. So if they do this, it's like, "Aight, bro, you got it." You might, if you're super cracked, you might be able to get a close L because that's very fast and it also kind of anti-airs, or a close M. But that's as much as I would risk it, especially because if you fuck up, you're in the corner and they can like full combo you if you get hit.
Yeah.
As it happened here. So just recognizing just the jump arc is very important as Belial in the corner, because a lot of people, as I mentioned, like to jump like the 2M pressure, or if you're spacing out a lot, they also like to jump. Especially characters with like air momentum like changes, like Seox, like to jump a lot and like bait Gate of Demons or bait like the dive kick, for example. Okay, +4, running up. He catches your fuzzy mash.
Yeah, he caught my fuzzy mash there.
Against Seox, you should never fuzzy mash when he has Gate of Demons, which is like the back input, which is this shit. If he has this shit, you never fuzzy mash. You just hold block, and if you really want to do something, you have a lot of meter. Just UDP. Just UDP. Because even if you get hit, you lose the game. So if you want to press something, it might as well be UDP in most situations. Either that or just wait a second and BC them if you can.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's just like assessment, because in this situation you're fucked. But since it's Seox, like you can still win the game from this position if like you just get them off you and you get to play neutral again. Okay, we start. Yes, against Seox, you never really want to do 6XL, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you kind of can if they're like just going for ground approaches. Even if like they're not showing you like empty hand, just doing what you did in the first game is perfect. Like for example, some people will tell you that, I mean, you can kinda round start, um you can kinda round start this. I mean, oh my bad. You can kinda round start. Wait, you don't hold it? Wait, I'm bad. You can kinda round start JH, which is a hard callout. It also beats gates of demon, and it just weaves if they do 6XL. So it's like they do that, and you do this, for example. It's kind of retreat. You gotta do it like retreating JH. And it covers a bunch of space. And if they do run a gate of demons, it catches them. And it's generally very safe because like the landing recovery is not that bad. And since they whiff, they're also like minus there. I mean, they're a little bit more plus, but you don't really risk much. So if you see them doing a lot of empty hand, doing like jump back JH, it's okay. Treat it as, how someone would counter Narmaya flip with like a jump back air button. Kinda like that.
Yeah.
But it's not something you should default to. Only do it if they have represented like empty hand a bit in general, in like neutral and stuff. Okay, what the fuck is happening?
I got mad lucky there.
Yo, that's talent. Okay, how did we get hit here? We just DP'd. I mean, it happens, man. I mean, sometimes you DP and they block it, but that's fine, honestly. Oh, he dropped the combo. Oh, you're the goat. Yeah, right there. If you get something like that, just do like H fireball H fireball L follow up HH 214L, and that's like the standard anti-air combo. That's also like the normal raging strike combo you would do.
Okay.
But that's just like honestly not that important because it's only like 300 more damage, I think. Okay, he stopped. Why did he stop? I mean, after this nonsense. Okay, he just used all his meter. So he's kind of fucked here because he just has to hold the strike throw. He cannot U parry here. 6XL to M the classic. Wait a second. Okay, perfect. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we want to see. So I'm pretty sure you're aware that in a game with so much like I like to say that Granblue is an RTS with a fighting game skin,
Mm-hmm.
especially matchups to go down BC because I mean you can view it as they're taking damage because the average average health in this game is what 40,000 I think 14,000. So if there is if you take one more VP, which is like perfectly like doable with one SVA, it's like they took like 2,000-ish damage just because for free. It's like their HP pool decreased like by 2,000 points.
Yeah.
So that's, you probably already know that, but that's important to remember. Like if you get BC, that's perfect, bro. Like you got it. And you got it for free even. You didn't even use a cooldown there. So it's not even hard knockdown. So this is fine. You can fuzzy mash here. I always fuzzy mash. Yeah, perfect. That's what we like to see. Ooh, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's dangerous right there. Like as I mentioned, if you wanna mash something, UDP.
Okay.
Especially since it gives you hard knockdown.
Yeah.
UDP here. Okay, he's going for a random ass setup. Excellent. Yeah, that's right. He doesn't have any cooldowns. Yeah. You just wait it out and then use reverse 6XL because he's doing a lot of walk and back forward because he's trying to get you to like a DP or something because he has seen you do a lot of like DPs when he's pressuring you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's trying to look for that. So now you just cook him. Yeah, yes, SSBA. Yes, sir. Yes. Hard knockdown. Let's see. Right here would be a very good moment to do the no escape setup. And instead of doing the and then just throw him. Because the only thing he has no VC So the only thing he could like do is to mash on you, which is also very dangerous.
Yeah.
But he's probably, what the fuck did he do?
He mass sweep, yeah.
He match sweep, bro thinks he's grand. I mean, that's fine. But right there, doing a no escape setup, I think is your best bet, like your highest percentage play. Your second highest percentage play is what you just did. Just doing run up and seeing what's up. It's also good. And it ended up working out. Although I would say consider like doing, oh my god, okay.
I got cooked because I guessed there. It was on stage, and I was like,
Okay.
ah.
I'm gonna teach you another trick. So when you're looking for characters with like dive kicks,
Mhm.
your eyes, you should place them like you see this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. You should place them like around here. You should be looking here. Because this is like the point of no return when you can start to react, when you can react with DP to like the dive kicks. So if you're looking here, so you should be looking here like at round start. You should
Yeah.
be doing like walk back and just fixing your eyes there and just use your peripheral vision to like identify like their movements. Like you should never be looking at your character, you should be looking only at his at like this point, and the peripheral vision should be on them. If you see anything yellow, like since you're looking here, if they do Gate of Demons, they're gonna like pass right through here. So you're gonna see that they're doing Gate of Demons. And if you see them moving like forward on your peripheral visions, you know it's the Rekka. And if you don't see them at all, but you heard like the sound, he's doing Gate of Demons. And if they do Gate of Demons,
Yeah.
if you just watch that point, oh, I'm bad. You just watch that point, you will be able to react. If you see them like flashing there, that's when you gotta that's when you gotta press DP, because that means they're gonna do the follow up. This also applies to Beatrix. This also applies to other characters with dive kicks as well. Even especially Avatar Belial.
Yeah.
You do this and he's cooked. He's cooked because he literally stands in that area I just mentioned. So that's kind of where your eyes should be in that moment. And I don't think you did that in this case.
Nah.
You were probably only looking at him, which is a mistake because he moves so fast. He's gonna disappear before you recognize what he's doing. So you gotta like be seeing like that point of trajectory. Okay, the VC is fine here. Okay, strike throw, you guess right. Yeah, this is a perfect place to implement what I told you, like 2M with the 2M, do another like M fireball, just see what's up, see how he's defending. H fireball, the thing is that after this, you get like a close into another 2M and and I think your turn ends there. Okay, he VCs, that's fine. But I think you would get more mileage out of doing that option that I show you, at least to see, because that gives you also more information on how he wants to play the RPS. Maybe he doesn't press anything. And if he's not pressing anything at that point, once you do that setup that I taught you can start doing 2M, run up 2M, like Aaron the Mac does.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how he gets people to do that, because he like freezes them and then he just like keeps doing whatever the fuck. Okay, DP is fine. That's so greedy. That's so greedy. Hold up. Like, yes, but it's very, very greedy. And if you can execute it, fine. But if you are at this point, you still need like 2 combos to kill, and he needs like 1 to kill you, basically,
Yeah.
I think. So you should just go for like the side swap.
Okay.
And that's fine. Wait, you're dead? Oh yeah, you're dead. Holy shit, man. Who says Seox does no damage? Jesus, man. Yeah. I mean, that's just unfortunate. But like a lot of times, like the way you're evaluating some things, I think is not concise. You're probably like Do you know game theory? Are you familiar with game theory?
Yeah.
You know, the prisoner's dilemma, that type of shit?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the decisions you're doing are not working because Ryazo is operating on like, I'm just gonna do the option that brings me the most result most often, which is just blocking a lot of times, just not doing like parry when you're far, for example. He's not going for a lot of haymakers. He's like just trying to fish for something and then cook you for it. Okay, this is good. Oh, we didn't confirm. That's fine. Let's see what combo we do. Do we do the double? Yep. That's good. Okay, representing the wake up throw is also important against Seox. So that's good that you're doing it. So that they understand not to wake up parry. Okay, they wasted their meter. BC is fine there, I think. It's not really necessary, I believe, because there's nothing threatening they can do because they have no meter. So even if they hit you, they can't do much unless they do use Raging Strike. And if they use Raging Strike, you're winning.
Yeah.
So you don't really need to take your turn right there with BC back. You see they're like throwing themselves and stuff. The ghosts are fine to take. I say it's not worth the risk DPing, so it's fine that you're doing that. Okay, good, perfect. He does a DP. So if he wants to do a reversal, so right there, he doesn't have a reversal after this. So this is like prime moment to start like throwing you fireball, for example. I
Okay.
haven't seen you represented that, and Seox loves to and Ryazo loves to throw themselves with like with like Eureka here
Yeah.
with like, and that gets cooked by by ultimate fireball. So once they don't have parry, it's good to like throw one out because you only need 50 meter to kill him. You only need even 25 meter. You only need 25 meter to kill him because you do raging strike, raging chain, and then you just cook them. So you can afford to go down because right now what's happening is that you have dead resource basically because
Mm-hmm.
there's no combo that you're gonna be needing 100 meter to kill in this case. You could argue that you wanted to have two UDPs, which is also valid, but I don't think that in this situation when he has like these cooldowns like this, like not up, and his only recourse is the bar. It's like not necessary to like hold so much meter. Okay, what is happening here? We're just using we're just using the resource. I mean, right here you should like walk. You shouldn't be running. You should walk. And the reason why is that when you're walking, you can go immediately into into blocking.
Yeah.
And if you're running, the only thing that you can do that's threatening is 6XL, and they know that, so that they start jumping and doing shit. So when you have this much advantage, you can just walk them down. You can just walk them down, even if they do like empty hand. If you're not pressing anything, they don't get a combo really, and they can't kill you at that HP percentage. So you're playing like very scared for not much reason. Right here, your most like optimal. Yeah, that's a good one to throw actually. Okay, that's fine. Did you press?
I did
Hold up,
press.
hold up. Let me review this shit. Holy fuck. Okay, hold up. Fine. After that, you should walk forward a bit, I think. If you hesitated, but you still pressed, so I think you just weren't sure what he was going to do. I think you thought he was gonna do parry again,
Yeah.
but at this point, you never have to like take the risk. By the way, you don't have to take the risk. Once you hit that, you can afford to not take the plus 32. It sounds crazy, but you can actually afford to not take the plus 32.
Okay.
If you're not 100% sure they're gonna do something at this point, you can afford to not do anything because the worst thing that can happen, they throw you, and you have like 1, 2, 3, like 3 throws in you to take. And you would have even more if you didn't spend the VC. So you can afford to like make those luxurious decisions of I'm not gonna take my plus frames. I'm gonna like just see if you like do something crazy and I win the game, because you have to do something crazy. At this point, Ryazo has to do something crazy, like wake up SSBA to win the game. So that is like the type of like decision analysis you need to do in this when you have such a big lead. It's like I have so much life that I can afford to not take my turn. I can afford to not not incur more risk, because I can, like, if the game keeps going on, I win. And what the hell is this? Was not really paying attention. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So right here, what you should 1000% do is start walking. You need to start walking to get 50 meter. If you get
Yeah.
50 meter, you can win the game of 1 DP, for example, or 1 anything. So you need to recognize like the thresholds. So depending on the distance walked, if you look at it as Colosseum tiles, one Colosseum tiles walked is like 10%, roughly 10% meter gain. So if you just hold forward for like one tile, which is like this length, you get like 10 meter for free. And since you're walking, you can still react with like DP or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also a good moment if, like, once you reach your 50, you can start just holding the block button and just like this, and just protecting yourself and just be ready to react with like a button or taking a throw. The only disadvantage of holding the block button is, let me show you right here, is that if you're holding the block button, you can't DP because you can't DP because it will take the roll input. So
Gotcha.
you have to release the block input in order to do a DP. That's when doing block into down back into DP is better. So if you want a DP, you have to return to down back if you want to keep blocking and just DP at the last second.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on your controller and whatnot, that might be easier or harder to do. But that's also something you need to consider in your decision making. How you're gonna be like defending? Are you gonna be blocking? If you're blocking, you're basically committed to not DPing unless it's UDP, because this goes out so fast you can basically do it in one motion. But this is 3 frames, so you need to time it even better. It's not 1 frame. So if you're gonna be
Okay.
DPing, just block,
Yeah.
and you one motion DP. And that's it. And you can also apply this like in the other way. If your opponent is doing this a lot, you know they cannot DP you straight away. They need to leave the block stance. So that's gonna be like a good indicator of they're trying to block, they're trying to DP, not DP or whatnot. That's also like something to consider if they use a guard button, which a lot of people don't do, which is crazy to me. So yeah, this situation was just like the solution to this was walking and then waiting a bit, because like you still have the advantage with 50 meter, because
Yeah.
they cannot do like a lot of shit they can get away with, and UDP goes out so fast you can react very late to empty hand. So that was the solution in here. 6-6H is not the play ever. Again, round start do nothing against Seox. Is 1,000,000% what you should always try to do, unless they show you something crazy. This is fine. What is he doing?
That was a misinput on my part.
Yeah, I think he wanted to do like a Reka or something. I mean, you still got hit somehow. I mean, if you see your opponent whiffing, you can start super jumping, by the way, especially if it's like a high recovery move.
Okay.
Because you can also threaten the air stall. And this shit's broken. Super jump this, cooked. Very good button to press. At least once a set, just check if they got anti-airs. I know Ryazo has anti-airs, but just check just to make sure. Maybe they're not ready. It's another option, especially when you have so much space to walk. When you have so much space, you can super jump over.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they like hit you, you're already out of the corner, and in this position, there's like no way you are seeing them. You try to normal fireball, which is
Yeah, that
not the
was a
play.
misinput on my part. I meant to be a
You wanted
6XL.
the 6XL. Okay. 6XL reversal is fine there actually. So if you would have gotten 6XL, that would be a fine decision at that distance. Uh, but that depends on who you ask. Okay, that's so lucky. You had H fireball there, so I mean that's just a nitpick. You should like just check your cooldowns when you get a hit confirm. You can just press the auto combo and just do a quick glance at your cooldowns and see if you have fireball. If you have fireball, you can do like the normal auto combo link into H fireball into U fireball. But this is
Yeah.
fine because you got the position, which is what matters most at the end. Good delay tech. No, actually good. Wait, you're dead. Hold up. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
put me in
This
chip.
delay tech is bad in this case. If you're gonna be put on chip by delay teching, you should like just UDP or DP immediately. But that's kind of hard to like parse in the middle of the battle because here you just lose to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's just like a minor thing. But the most important things are the stage select, that one thing I showed you in the corner with the two M's,
Mm,
how to like being, I wouldn't say brave, but just like being willing to play into the parry. If they parry you after the L follow up of your fireball and you're right in front of their face, that's fine because that RPS is always in your favor in the risk reward scenario. So you should always like take the parry if you can. Like if they parry you, that's fine.
okay.
If they keep firing you, yes, then you can start baiting it. But until then, you know, just keep doing the L follow up because that leaves you a little bit less plus, but forces them to guess at the moment. So it's like it's like you're holding them at gunpoint and doing like, okay, show me your option right now. And if they don't do nothing, they take the throw. Like that's more information for you. If they mash and they counter hit, you get a full combo. That's more information for you. They do parry, same thing, more information for you, and you can start using that against them in the next RPS scenario. Because H parry doesn't even hard knockdown. Like you can just take that and you're back in neutral. Like at worst, it's like a mini VC. So that's just what you should do. But overall, I think it's pretty good. But I think you should just play more the character. I think if you played a little bit more the character, you would be more aware of more situations
Mm-hmm.
aside from the general stuff of where to look and whatnot. Also, like a super like niche trick that I don't even know if it's real, but I'm telling people to do it and tell me if it works. You see the timer?
Yeah.
Did you know that every time the units change, it's into like if when this turns to 7, it's exactly 10 frames.
Oh.
But if it when it disappears, hold on. When it's like this, when it disappears, it's 5 frames. By the way.
Hmm.
So you can, if you're trying to look for a certain timing on a fuzzy mash or a certain timing on the jump block setup for the no escape, if you can time it with the timer as you're falling or as you're trying to look for the fuzzy mash, when you see the number disappear, that's 5 frames, and you already know it's 5 frames. But if you like get mashed on like on that timing, you know it's 5 frames. So
Yeah.
that's like I don't know if you can implement that. I don't know even know if it's real, but that's something I've been telling people to get back on me on. So overall that's okay. Like it's an okay set. There were many moments where you could have won the set, but due to like just micro errors, it didn't come up. But for like Belial without that much experience, I think it's a perfectly fine, you know, thing, especially since that's not your main character. But once you commit more games, you're gonna get enough experience to like get better confirms It's just that sometimes the pressure is, it's not structured correctly always. But that's
Yeah.
just, choosing, okay, in this character, I'm going to play Narmai. In this character, I'm going to play Belial. And you just study the shit out of those matchups. And that's it, basically, what you got to do.
Okay.
Just like write down, okay, I'm going to play Narmai in these matchups. I'm going to play Belial in these matchups. And this is what I got to do as Belial. And this is, and that's that. So yeah, good shit, Kirbio. Was fun seeing you, bro,
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the Frosty Faustings. Hope we one day get to meet each other, bro. Because I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to travel to the US fucking this year after fucking March. It's
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
Shout out to Ice, bro. They're deporting my ass as soon as I land or some shit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Yeah. Any questions? Anything else you would like to know or ask me in general?
Uh, I guess whenever Six does uh uh, air gated demons, right? At the air
Air Gate of
fireball.
Demons. 2-1-4-H. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So whenever they do the air fireball, can we just interrupt that with you fireball, like on the landing?
Uh, in some instances, yes. I'm gonna share again, bro. Hold on. In some, so wait, that's not Gate of Demons. So you mean this, right? Gate of Demons. So in neutral, kinda yes. In neutral, kinda yes. Oh, what the fuck? I muted myself. It's not doing it. Oh, that's cool. Hold on. Okay. So the thing with Gate of Demons in neutral, your fireball is okay, but it's inconsistent. Like right there, I got him, but for example, if I'm like over here, because of the travel distance, sometimes it just whiffs. So unless you're like here point blank, it's kind of hard for it to reach. So if you're like at this distance, if you react to it, just DP or just super or whatever.
Okay.
Um, because that's just much better. Also, like sometimes you can get clipped like that if you're like too close. Alternatively, you can like jump it, and sometimes like you get cross ups and stuff like that. But most of the time, you're gonna be just down backing and just reacting to like, okay, he's plus whatever. You just want a DP. If you react, you have a reaction. It's DP, 1,000%. Like right there, I didn't get it because I'm bad. I'm old. That wasn't even a punish. But yeah, you just want a DP. Sometimes it works. You firewall, but against the Gate of Demons, no. Against Empty Hand, also no, because those moves move like very fast. A null firewall is fast, but it's not that fast to catch them.
Okay.
And honestly, it's better to not take the risk of just wasting 50 meters for nothing, even if you like are safe, rather than just risking getting counter hit or nothing happening. So just DP because that's more guaranteed. And that's about it. What you can do against Gate of Demons. Alternatively, there are some times where you can get like a close L, like a close L like punish, but it's like very weird to time. Like it requires you to be like so preemptive that I don't think it's worth it. And most of the time, that's just what's gonna happen. You're just gonna get hit.
Okay.
So just DP, man. Yeah, TLDR, just DP that, and then that's that. Don't complicate that too much. If you get U conversion, good, just convert that. But aside from that, that's it. Anything else?
Uh, I think that's it. I think I just need more time on the character.
Yeah, you need to grind more games on Belial and do like and just be like, okay, this character Belial, this character normal, this character Belial, and just go from there.
Yeah.
That should be it. Okay, so I'm gonna be leaving you now. My DMs are open. If anyone watching wants me to do this for them, you can also ask me. It's also good exercise for me.
Yeah.
Just let me know, whatever. And yeah, we'll talk later, friend.
All right.
Good luck with the rest of the stream. Gonna go eat. See
Thank
ya.
you.